What's good? I'm taking a break from doing delivery work. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. Depending on how much that sets me back financially, I had some cash set aside for that. And it wasn't even my blackjack winnings cash, which is like, I'm still like, yeah, it was just other cash. And so what I have left over after my dentist appointment, I might try to play some more blackjack tomorrow. Deliveries, I'm over it. I'm so over it. But anyways, let's get to the video. This is a mixed channel of my life and my thoughts on things. Trump and the one world government. Now you might be asking yourself, but Andrew, or you might be asking me, I thought Trump was a populist. And he is, I think, in general. However, I believe that the ruling class, the New World Order types, they have found their way of manipulating Trump into furthering their agenda/agendas. One of which is to be a consolidation of resources and power. That is the current paradigm of our corrupt elites. They are going to allow Trump to buy, barter, trade, whatever, for various territories like Greenland and maybe even more. I would be blown away if this happens, but I'm also not ruling it out. One of the way further conspiratorial Instagram pages than me, I'm a conspiracy realist, but like this page posts some wild stuff, but I like to just see kind of what's out there. They posted an interesting video about how Canada is currently in the process of being like liquidated. There's like probate things going on and a lot of legalese sort of things. But what is happening is they are going to set up Canada to become the next state of America. And they didn't specify if it's going to be one singular state or if the provinces each, that would be just the most logical thing, would just to allow the provinces to be their own states. So it's not like there's just this massive 51st state out there. And it makes sense. It makes sense that they would allow Trump to do this because it furthers their plans. Maybe not in the way that they wanted or on the timeline that they wanted, but I believe, and I don't love Donald Trump. I've said it many times. I think he's funny, and I think he was the lesser of two evils for the last election. But he is also an elite. He is an oligarch. I think the difference is that he maybe wasn't fully part of their club, and that's why they hate him so much. Because he does have the potential power to screw up their plans a little bit. And he, in his desire to be seen and his legacy to be left as a benevolent oligarch or benevolent populist leader, is doing little things here and there to sort of appease the conservatives and the more moderate. I consider myself moderate because I possess views from a moral perspective that are right and left leaning. But I am extreme in my political belief. Anarchism is the way to go. Anyways, Donald Trump very much has appealed to the populist element of the country, and he's actually been pretty good at uniting people, I mean, there is a certain segment of people that no matter what, they will never be unitable. I acknowledge that. I get it. The far lefties, they're lost. The far righties, they're lost. But the 75% in between those two really have so much in common. And I think Donald Trump's ability to speak to that 75% in between the two extremes, that's how he won. And we'll see what happens with Canada and Greenland, and other potential territories and takeovers. But I just want to get this out there. I actually do not support these efforts. This is just imperialism, maybe under a different name. Or maybe it's just blatant, direct imperialism. Although America is not a monarchy, we are sort of the hegemonic power of the globe. And when we use that power to take over more land and peoples, that's imperialism. And I do not support it. We should be moving in the opposite direction. I want to say decolonization, but that's a super lefty thing. They have some really good ideas, like de-imperializing, de-federalizing, de-governmentizing our existence is what we should be doing. That is the key to our future, is getting rid of the parasite class in all of its manifestations and getting back into our communities as sovereign individuals with a duty and a responsibility for our direct communities. That's the future. And I don't think in my lifetime we're going to see a defeat of the parasite class. I believe, I've said this before, I apologize if I say a lot of the same things. I'm not a YouTuber, but like I make these videos. How do y'all deal with like saying the same shit, but like, because different people see your videos at different times? Super rambling, I'm sorry. Smoked a little weed. The stateless society is a 1,000-year project. It's going to take that long. It's going to take many, many more iterations of people trying various government approaches and ideologies. I don't think when in the next 50 to 100 years, when we might see the collapse of the West as its current form, I don't think the next iteration is going to be a good, great, perfect implementation. There's a lot of bugs to work out in this whole sovereignty movement and idea, but we're on the right track. We're on the right path. Unless, of course, a major cataclysmic event happens outside of our control, which seems to maybe have happened to the planet a few times, which is interesting. Was it intentional or accidental, or do we just have to build into our humanity programming that every 10 to 25,000 years we might have to deal with some fucking wild shit? Which, yeah, actually we should build that into our programming, which I'm going to end the video here. Not a great place to end it because it's going to trigger people. Nobody that's would be triggered by this is going to watch it. Only moderate, sane people would watch this. We should be exploring colonizing other planets, I believe. Which I know I just said I'm anti-imperialist, but I do not support Elon Musk. And the objective would be to explore other planets to trade with or to inhabit, if in fact it is habitable and is not like, doesn't have other species or other life forms on it. But if another life form exists, we should not do what we did to the Native Americans here in America. We did them dirty. I agree, that was fucked up of you, America. That was not cool. Super not cool. We shouldn't do that to another planet. But if there is a planet that we could live on, let's do it. But that's like so the Stateless Society is a 1,000-year project. The Interstellar Society is a multi-1,000-year project, in my humble, homeless, crazy man opinion. I'm going to end the video there. Thank you very much.